Hey everyone, welcome back to your 30-day Pilates journey. It is day 10. Amazing. Go ahead and pat yourself on the back for making it a third of the way through this journey. That is huge. So make sure you take a moment to celebrate yourself today in a little way. It could be a dance party. It could be a few quiet, deep breaths to yourself. Literally anything. Just take a moment to acknowledge yourself and your hard work so far. Also, reminder, today is our bigger check-in. We do one on day 10, day 20, and day 30. Do you feel a difference in your body? Do you notice any difference in your mental, emotional, physical health so far? If so, I would love to hear your thoughts and your takeaways. Go ahead and post a story on Instagram, and you can tag me at Terriell Samuels, or you can send me a private message or email. I would love to hear what you think so far. So, moving on, today we are working on a little lower body stretch, just some feel-good moments to work that mobility through our legs and hips. So we're going to start standing with a quick little workout because I don't ever really like to stretch cold. So I'm going to have you stand on up right at the top of your mat in the center of your space. And then we're just going to find a Pilates stance here, heels together, toes apart. And it's okay that I'm decapitated. You really only need to see my lower body here. So toes are about a fist width distance apart. You're going to float up onto the ball of your feet. And as you do that, you want to keep your heels together and your abdominals tight. So tight jacket on, you're working that accordion breath, and you're super tall with everything stacked over the top of your heels, no leaning forward or back. And go ahead and just drop those heels down. Let's do that again. We'll lift up, 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 down, 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 up, 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 down, down, down. Hands can be on the hips, by your sides, or behind your head, whatever feels best for your balance. Just keep moving, up, 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 down, down, down. We'll start to feel a burn in the calves and in the ankles. Up, 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 down, down, down. 3 more times. Lower 2, 3, lift 2, 3, lower 2, 3, 1 more 2, 3, and down 2, 3. Now go ahead and walk your heels together. From here, we'll just sit back into an imaginary chair, your knees pointing straight ahead. I'm going to give you a little side view here. Good. And then just try to keep your chest lifted, your abdominals pulling in. Feel those hip creases deepen, and then come all the way up to stand. Let's do that a few more times. Down to the bottom. We go down. We go lower. We go lower. We go lowest. And then we come all the way back up. Let's go for 3 more. Lowering down. We go low. We go lower. We go lowest. And back up. 2 more times. Down. Low. Lower. Lowest. And up 1 more. Down. Low. Lower. Lowest. And back up. Now from here, we'll genie the arms so they're in front of your chest here. Stand in Pilates stance. And then you're going to take 1 foot back behind you like a kickstand. From here, 80% of your weight is in your front foot. Both knees bend at the same rate. Try to keep your balance. Go down. Maybe your back knee will touch the mat. You'll power back up. 4. You go down as low as you can go. 3. Whew. 2 more. Abs stay tight to keep that balance. 2. 1 more time. Lowering. 1. And then go ahead and switch the cross of your arms and take your opposite foot back. Find that kickstand position and go for it. Down. My knees are slightly bending to the side because I started in my Pilates stance. So make sure that front knee especially is tracking over your toes for safety. You got 2 more. Lowering down. Ooh, feeling that heart rate come up a little bit. 1 more time. Lowering down and all the way back up. Now, let's lower down to your mat here. We're going to come to lie down on the back and then step both feet onto the floor. All right, so let's bring the right knee into the chest. You're going to take your hands behind the back of your thigh. Dynamic stretch, extending up and bending in. Extending out to straight and bending in your foot can be relaxed. If you want an extra calf stretch today, you can flex the toes back towards your kneecap. Just adding options, whatever you want to give to your body today. Ooh, one more time, extending up. Let's hold it there. Now, if it feels accessible to you, you can walk your hands up towards your calf or your ankle, and then just bend your elbows to the side to deepen your stretch. You can also soften the knee if you're tight like I am behind the calf and behind the knee to pull that stretch up into that insertion point of the hamstring right at the base of your seat. And then while you're here, I want to just remind you to relax your shoulders, the front of your neck, and your face. You don't need any of those muscles to stretch your hamstring. Good. And then go ahead and let that go. Let's do the other side. So hands behind the back of the thigh. Let's extend up and bend in, extend up and bend in. Elbows are wide here to keep your collarbones open. Full accordion breaths here, up and in. One more time, extend up, hold it there. Good, now permission again to flex that foot for some extra calf stretch. And then if it feels available to you, you can walk your hands up towards your ankle and then just pull that leg to you. You can soften the knee to get deeper towards that upper hamstring and to take that stretch out of the back of the knee if that's what you're feeling today. Ooh, breathe through the stretch, big deep breaths, and then go ahead and bend that knee in, shaking it out. Good, then we'll hug both knees into the chest. From there, you're gonna step both feet down, glue them together, and then take your right leg and just cross it fully over your right, like you're hanging out at the cafe. Now, the right leg is on top of the left, and then you're just gonna drop your legs over to the left side, keeping the same configuration of your thighs. You'll feel the outside edge of your left foot pressing to the mat. That's what's gonna bring you up to center here out of this twist. We're gonna do that 2 more times, and this is just a little rotation for your hips, pelvis, and the lowest part of your back. Try to keep your shoulders square and pinned to the mat. Bottom foot brings you up, pressing into that outside edge. Let's do 1 more. Crossing it over. And then pulling it back to center. Now keep your legs as they are. We're gonna bring the knees in towards you, curl up, and then reach for the bottoms of your feet, if you can reach them. If not, just grab on to the top of the shin, the top of the knees, to pull the shape of the legs towards your chest. You can lower your head down, and then you can just bend those elbows to the side to help deepen this stretch. You're gonna feel this really intensely in your seat on the right side. So good. I like to call this a pretzel stretch. Good, 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 good. Now go ahead and let that go. You can shake it out, or I'll step the feet back to the floor. Take that left leg and cross it over the right. We'll repeat. Taking 3 twists, just dropping over, and take it slow. Try to let this be more controlled, like a controlled reach out of your square box into a twist, rather than like a dead weight drop. And then you'll push into the outside edge of that left foot to come back into center. We'll do that 2 more times, working this crossover twist, controlled down into the deepest part of your twist, and then controlled up. 1 more time, working your way down, deepening as you go, only going to the place that feels good for you. Do not push your body into a place that is uncomfortable or painful. And then from here, back through center, we'll bring the knees in towards the chest. We'll curl up to reach for the bottoms of the feet, letting your hips externally rotate. If you have any knee issues, let's flex the feet back towards the kneecaps. My left knee is not happy, so I'm taking that flex today as I bend my elbows to the side and just pull the legs in towards me. So delicious. All right, and then go ahead and uncross the legs, shake them out, and then rock and roll up to sit. All right, from here, we're gonna take a wide stance, so our spine stretch forward position, and then go ahead and just bring your left leg and bend your knee, put the bottom of your foot into your thigh. We're gonna take our saw here. So I'm gonna have you twist over to the right, towards the right extended foot, and then reach out and over to saw off your pinky toe. Now here's the good part. If you can grab onto the bottom of your foot, grab, or you can do ankle calf wherever you are today. That back arm comes down to the mat. Then you're just gonna push yourself over, working through that right hamstring, that right leg, and also letting the left side of your back get a nice juicy stretch. We'll call the back the lower body, right? Now fire up your core here. We want to stay low, stay in this deep stretch. Float the arms up and use your abdominals to bring you slowly up out of that position. Untwist it, finding center, and then go ahead and extend that left leg to switch your legs. We're going to bring the right foot in. Make sure it's touching that left thigh. Take a twist. Dive over, reach for the left pinky toes. If you can grab onto the outside of that edge, go for it. Otherwise, you got your ankle and your calf. Your back arm presses down to the mat. Give yourself a little press, pull over to help you deepen that stretch. And then fire up your core so you can stay deep into this active stretch. Float your arms up, stack your spine up, and then go ahead and untwist out of that. Now let's bring both the soles of the feet together. We'll lift tall through the spine, hinge forward, and if you're like me, you're tight in the hips, you can push your forearms and elbows into the insides of the thighs to help you open up those hips a little bit more. And then we'll just drop the nose down towards the big toes. Taking a couple of breaths here. Yeah, and then just lightly taking that lift in the low belly, a light, tight jacket. Not a huge bracing, but just enough to keep your low back protected as you fold forward. Awesome. Good. Now we're just going to come to an all fours, hands and knees position. And then we get to take our right foot and put it right in between our two hands. I want you to tuck your back toes in the back leg and then maybe scoot that knee back if you want an extra hip opening. From here, we're going to stay low and let the fingertips skim along the mat as you push back with the front leg and then lunge deeply forward to open up the front of that back thigh. And again, push back, keeping your chest low and forward, deep lunge forward. One more time, press back and deep lunge forward. Good. Now go ahead and take your hands right up on top of your front thigh. We're just going to come up and lift the chest a little bit to get a little bit of extra hip flexor, front thigh opening on that back leg. You can look up, you can lift your chest, holding your balance here, or you can look straight ahead if that is helpful for you. And then go ahead and come back down. We'll take your right foot back to the all fours and then bring the left foot forward in between your hands. And go ahead and just scooch that back knee backward as you tuck your toes if you feel like you want a deeper hip opener here. And then we'll go ahead from that long, low lunge, extend backward through that front leg, sending your hips back towards your back heel. And then we'll lunge it back again, pulling waist in and extend it back. One more time, lunging forward, long, low lunge, and bringing it back. Rebend that front knee back to your long, low lunge. Let's stack the palms onto the front thigh. Find your balance here. Think of pulling your tail under forward to really open up the front of this back leg. And then for extra stretch, you can begin to lift your chest and lift your gaze gently up towards the ceiling. Awesome. And then make your way slowly, carefully out of that. We'll place both hands back down onto the mat. Come back with both knees on the mat. I want you to bring your toes together and then separate your knees wide. And then from here, we'll untuck the toes and then just press back into a really wide child's pose here. Letting that stretch open your lower back and your hips. You can go even wider if that feels good. And then from here, we'll just walk the hands slowly up until you're upright and you are all set with your day 10 for your 30-day Pilates journey. I will see you again tomorrow for day 11. Don't forget to do your 10th day check-in. Bye for now.